when you sign up to these major companies, these major corporations, and they make you a billionaire, and you're doing all kind of wild shit around them and all kind of wild shit with them, and they make you a billionaire, they feel like they made you. They feel like they made you. So when you go rogue and you get to the point where you go to talking that shit about suing them and acting like and talking all that wild shit about you this and you that, and you suing them and they treating you some kind of way, and when you go rogue, them people coming.
What's up, everybody? This is the world famous Ed Lover, and you are watching Forgotten Kings TV. That's right, Forgotten Kings TV. Come on, son.
Moments ago, Miami rap legend Uncle Luke responds to fans who are upset with his recent comments on Diddy. That's right, y'all. As we all seen yesterday, video footage showing federal agents outside of Diddy's homes. Okay, according to a report from TMZ, federal agents raided Diddy's home in LA, Miami, and New York. Okay, eventually we started seeing images and video of Puffy kids in handcuffs, as well as everyone else being rounded up outside. Apparently, federal agents were unable to track Diddy and his whereabouts after these raids were conducted, as it was reported that Diddy actually boarded his private jet moments before federal agents arrived on the scene. As of right now, it's still unclear as to where Diddy could be at this moment. However, that still hasn't stopped people on social media from having a field day with the memes. Now, of course, recently, Miami rap legend Uncle Luke was on a podcast, and he was asked to give his thoughts on Diddy and the controversy, and he suggested that this may be a plot to take down Diddy. If you remember, in the past, Diddy had filed a lawsuit, right, against the liquor brand, calling him out for discrimination. All right, now, of course, this is Uncle Luke, right, basically saying that ever since Diddy called out the individuals that he worked with, he believes that this could be a plot to take down Diddy, right? And because he made these comments, now people are going as far as to say he's defending Diddy and things of that nature. And people forget that Uncle Luke, you know, he's been in the industry for a long time, and he himself has been a victim of false claims and allegations. So, of course, he's speaking from that perspective. So this is what we're going to do, man. I'm going to let y'all check out this clip. Uncle Luke speaking on why he made the comments about Diddy. Of course, I want y'all to give me your thoughts and comments down in the section below. Do you agree that this could be a plot to take down Diddy? Or do you feel like a lot of people are just simply defending Diddy's behavior? You know, let me know your thoughts. Where do you see yourself in this conversation? Because again, as we all know in the past, from Michael Jackson, Bill Cosby, we understand, right? This system and how they constantly, infatuated with taking down our people within our culture, black culture. And, of course, when Cosby went down, everyone mentioned about NBC. So now with Diddy and all of the controversy, is it far-fetched to actually consider this to be a plot to take down Diddy? I'm just curious to see, what are your thoughts and comments on this conversation down in the comment section below. But look, this is all I got for y'all today. Make sure to hit that thumbs up. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and also subscribe to Uncle Luke's YouTube channel, okay, if you want to see more content from Uncle Luke. But that's all I got for y'all today. My name is SenseiRip. Till next time, peace.
So a lot of y'all in here. How's everybody doing? Yeah, poor Diddy. Jesus Christ. My God. I'm sorry, sad to hear about our man Diddy. I'm wondering where all Diddy friends at. All the people who made money off of Diddy. Where's all his friends? All the people who sat there, ate off the man. Nobody is coming to his aid. Hey, what's up? How y'all doing? You're a big fan of my music. Thank you. I'm in the garage, actually, just cleaning shit up. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about the Diddy situation. I don't like people piling on You know, the man going through something. Everybody had their day in court. You know, he's going through some deep shit. And for people to be out there piling on the man, that's fucked up. You know, I don't wish that shit on nobody. It's obvious that he has some situations happening. And people are out there and he got to deal with it. But I'm curious to ask y'all something, right? When the last time y'all seen any federal organization raid a motherfucking house in the daytime? In the broad daylight. They normally come, when the feds come, they be like 4 o'clock in the morning when you sleep and shit. And then, don't they raid your house and they have a search warrant and they have something, they want to lock you up? That's kind of interesting to me. You know, all the guns and the tanks and shit for some cell phones. I know I'm from the hood, and I know, boy, back in the days you were doing some wild shit. Then you had to worry about them people coming at night, at early in the morning. You know what I'm saying? They come while your ass sleep, and then they come and get you, cause they want to have a conversation with you. Even in the movies. Even in the fucking movies, they raid at night. Broad daylight, 12 o'clock in the daytime. I'm going through a lot of documents in this garage. See, I keep all the documents. All the documents. You never know when you need them. Especially the release forms. See, the difference is, I used to, let me just say this, right? If there was anybody hurt or anybody violated or anybody treated any type of way or by anybody in any of them situations, you know, that shit go to court and it comes out. And if your ass did something wrong, then your ass need to go to jail. Right? I'm a firm believer of that because, you know, everybody got daughters. Ain't nobody want nobody violating their daughter. But at the same time, we have to understand that there's some trifling people out here. There's some people out here that's trying to get over it. I've had many people, right? I've had people try to get over on me. I've had people say, oh, Luke hit me in the head with a bottle. Luke hit me and beat me up. This Luke baby. Luke did this. But see, I was a smart dude. That's why when y'all see the Freaknik and all that, and y'all see all this footage, and you'll probably see Galveston, and you'll see Daytona Beach. I filmed everything. They tried to jam me up in South Carolina. The woman then went on stage and did some wild shit. And then all her friends started talking about she did some wild shit. Then she go to the law talking about, oh, Luke did this to me. And then I had a release form. The police called me up and said, yo. Mind you, I never do nothing. I always stand to the side. Yo, I have a lady that's filing a complaint. And I say, I got a release form of the individuals who signed the release to get on stage and dance with the girls. Here is her name on this list. Bam. Yeah. Matter of fact, and I got video. So don't come to me with that shit. And see, that's the thing. When you're an artist, you're a target. Now, I'm not going to say some of these artists don't do wild shit. They do some wild shit. Trust me. You know, and I know when the wild shit get ready to happen, and I leave. But that's why I ain't in that in crowd. What up, Jeff? I'm not in that in crowd. I leave. I'm out of there. I'm going. See you later, alligator. You know, when the wild shit, the party get good, and, early on, everybody had a guest and everything, party get good, but then there's a time that you need to leave the party. There's a time that everybody needs to leave the party because ain't nothing good finna happen good afterwards. People gonna, start doing their little thing. Their little wild shit. And so you kind of get the vibes. You know who's known for doing wild shit. Us in the industry, we know who's known for doing wild shit. So when you see that dude in the party or that girl in the party, you be like, okay, man, it's time for me to go. Them damn red flags go to coming up. Okay, it's time for me to go. Hey, look, I'm going with the white folks, with the sponsors and shit. And so again, the way they, listen, man. I look at my man Diddy. I like Diddy. I know Diddy from when he was with Andre. Know his whole history, doing parties. Have a lot of bad things been around him, yes. But he's really a good guy. From what I know, I don't know what people do in the dark. But I know him as the guy that I meet, the guy that I've talked to on several occasions. He's a genuinely good, respectable guy. You know what I'm saying? He's really he's real sensitive also. He ain't the big tough guy. I can name you some big tough guys in the industry. They tough guys, but they really ain't tough neither. Half of these dudes be claiming that they tough. Them dudes, man, they done went to college and shit, got degrees and all that. They just walk around trying to act like somebody that they heard about in the hood. And Diddy is not that tough guy. I remember doing a peep show, and it was a guy that came in. While y'all see the peep show where I was interviewing Jay-Z and the girls were sitting there. At that same shoot, there was a guy that came in and made some comments about Diddy, and Jay-Z told him, call up Big and say, Big, man, this dude's saying some wild shit. And I'm sitting there in amazement, and this dude's saying some wild shit about Puff. And then I'm sitting there like, what the fuck is this dude talking about? Said he went to school with him, and I'm like in amazement too. I'm interviewing Buddy. I don't know why the producers had me interview this dude. And so, the Puff called me and said, man, please don't air that shit. And called up BT who owned the show and said, please don't air that shit. This man lying, this man. And so eventually we didn't air it. Somewhere in a can in the vault because, dude had a bone to pick. And that's how it used to be. When we always looked out for each other. If somebody said some wild shit, or if somebody saw somebody doing some wild shit, then we would be like, yo, man, hey, man, why don't y'all chill and shit like that? There have been many, many times, it's everybody trying to come up. Where people go and they come to these parties and they be trying to get chose. But you got to be smart enough. Knock on wood. I don't even have to knock on wood. I'm the fucking wild and crazy dude in my heydays. Mr. Luke with the wild parties, wild yacht parties, all this shit they doing right now on the yachts and all that. But the people around you had to be professional enough to make sure that they got to protect you. They got to protect the situation. Because you can have a grown-ass person you can have a little, some young-ass person in the room where they don't need to be in there. So the people around you, all these people, they so busy, especially fucking bodyguards, they so busy worrying about a dude where, hey, look here, they need to be checking ID and shit. And dudes around me was like that. We had parties and shit. It became, no, man, hey, look here. You better check some ID. Your job is to check ID. Don't let nobody up in this party that, don't belong up in here. That's, and these dudes, they have a lot more resources. And so if there was some shit going on, at some of these places, all this shit going on, man, with this man, I have a problem with them people putting the guns on the man kids. You putting guns on the kids, handcuffing the kids, you traumatizing them kids. I don't know of any white people that have been accused of something. You ain't even accused a man of nothing. He ain't even been accused of nothing. And you roll up in their crib with all the guns and you dragging the kids out. I just feel sorry for the kids to be involved in this, that you treating kids like that. Like this man, some notorious gangster, he Noriega or some shit like that. This man's not Noriega. This guy's not a tough guy at all. Diddy is not a tough guy. He ain't what they build him up to be, like he's some kind of fucking notorious gangsters. He ain't even got gangsters around him. He's genuinely a real nice and sensitive guy. And when he called us up by the man making the statements, he was like, man, come on. The dude is a nice, respectful, sensitive guy. Now, I know some bad guys that you need to roll up in their house because they will shoot your ass with tanks and all that. I know some dudes that you need to do that with. But that dude that guy's not the one. You call this lawyer up and say, lawyer, tell the lawyer, this is how the shit work. You call the lawyer up, hey man, we got a warrant to search the house. Or if you feel like you're going to call the lawyer up and give him the heads up, then you just, because the lawyer going to then feel like, if you call the lawyer, you feel like you're going to fuck with some evidence, you want to do a surprise attack. They do that shit early in the morning. 4 o'clock in the morning when everybody there. We have paperwork saying we need to come up in this motherfucker and get all this evidence. And so we got to come surprise your ass. That's what you do. And then now you then whether press charges or not because of the evidence that you got. Them people need to have been doing a press conference. I was waiting for the press conference. Why y'all just ran up in a man's house like the Gestapo in the United States of America? You need to tell the public what the fuck just happened and why you just did that. But, unfortunately, shit. They rolled up in Donald Trump's house and they said we were looking for them documents that you stole. And they went up in there and got the motherfucking documents. They had a press conference after with the attorney general. Hey, look, we rolled up in the house because he had some documents that he took after being president, some sensitive documents, and we rolled up in his shit and we got the documents. That's how that worked. And you told the public why you did that. We live in the United States of America, not a communist country. In a communist country, they roll up in people's shit and take people's kids and drag them out in the streets and shit like that. Why are we living like a communist country right now? That's the problem I got. If the man did something wrong, you're trying to go up in there and get some shit, take your ass up in there like they normally do, 4 o'clock in the morning, and go up in there, because you don't want nobody to throw no evidence away. And if you find something, and then when you do that, and you got the media and everybody all on this shit, then you got to come out there and have a little press conference and say, yo, we rolled up in the man's house, and we were looking for evidence and of this right here. There's been a whole bunch of allegations and shit like that. And so we felt obligated to go up in here. We have a lot of letters from people who said they were violated in this many ways, and so that gave us probable cause. Went to a judge, whatever his name, he signed the paperwork. The judge, because it take a judge in order for you to do a search and seizure. The judge signed the paperwork. We had probable cause to go in there, and this is what the fuck we was in there doing. We ain't gonna tell y'all what we were looking for, but there's an ongoing investigation. Bam. All this fucking grandstanding. So if you did something wrong, it comes out. I'm not condoning nobody doing nothing with no underage people or whatever the fuck it is, or breaking any law. But again, you know, I don't like kids being thrown down on the ground and shit like that. You know, if you're gonna search some shit down, you search some shit down. If you're going up in there for some cell phones, you need to locate the guy too, because you need his cell phone too. You going there for some cell phone? You need to come on up with all kind of evidence. You need the videotapes out the ceiling and shit, showing people came in the house. But again, you know, that's the world we live in. It's not a problem. I just hope that the truth come out in whatever shape, form, or fashion it is. That the truth come out of this situation, you know, and for whatever it is. If somebody did something wrong, they need to go to fucking jail. And if somebody didn't do something wrong, then they need to say they didn't do nothing wrong. But we already know this, you know, it's rough out here. It's rough out here. It's rough out here for a brother. It's a lot of things going on around here. You know, can't keep up with this shit. You know, one thing I can say is this. When you sign up with these certain companies, when you sign up with certain companies and you go rogue and you start talking about you're going to sue them, when you start talking about you're going to sue certain companies that you got in bed with that made you a billionaire, and I'm gonna say this, and I want y'all to think about this because I don't want to call no other names. I don't want to call no other names on it because I don't want to be getting no viral moment on this bitch where they video my shit and have me on the shade room and everywhere, other fucking room. Think about what I'm getting ready to say to you all. When you sign up to these major companies, these major corporations, and they make you a billionaire, and you're doing all kind of wild shit around them and all kind of wild shit with them, and they make you a billionaire, they feel like they made you. They feel like they made you. So when you go rogue and you get to the point where you go to talking that shit about suing them and acting like and talking all that wild shit about you this and you that, and you suing them and they treating you some kind of way, and when you go rogue, them people coming. Them people coming now. Because they feel like they made you. They still buying and purchasing niggas. Oh, they're going to cut me off. Think about all these black dudes who went rogue. Who start talking about these big-time billion-dollar corporations, stock market. When you affect a person's stock, when you fuck with their stock, and they made you a billionaire, they made you. They look at you and say, nigga, you ain't sold that many records to make you a billionaire. You ain't sold that many things to make you a billionaire. We partnered up with you using your name and likeness and your brand, and you made millions. We made you a billionaire. And when you go to talking that wild shit, hey, happy birthday. They will break you. I'm telling y'all some good shit. Think about the guys who done got on this app and talk about these people and their nationality. And talk about the other guys who were in the room that they made billionaires, and now you out the room and you want to talk shit about the dudes that's in the room and the people who made all these people. I'm give you some good information. See, you have a choice to go up in that room to sell your soul to the devil. I never took that choice. I never made that choice, people. I never even took that. I have had opportunities to go up in that room and sell my soul to the devil for the dollar. I just can't live with myself. I'll be all right like this in the fucking garage looking for cleaning out the garage on junk day tomorrow. I'm okay. Versus selling your soul, yeah, they're going to give you the millions. They're going to give you the billion. But when you fucking start thinking it's really about you, they will humble your ass so fast it'll make your head spin. Think about it. Think about the guys right now who are going through the shit right now who was way up here. But they can't even fucking, they chopped them down so bad. And they fucking went out to these major corporations who put billions in their pocket and they thought it was about them. Those people are going to come after you and they're going to take you down. And they are more deep into politics than you may think about it. These people own senators. They own congressmen. They own these motherfuckers. They own judges. They own congressmen and senators who get judges nominated, who get federal judges nominated. So you see, a lot of us don't know how the game is really played. You talk about multi-billion-dollar corporations that put millions of dollars into political campaigns so that they could get you. All it takes is one senator. All it takes is one senator. You fuck around with one major corporation, and that major corporation. I'm gonna put y'all up on some game because I have y'all to know how this shit work. And that's why when I be talking, hey, look, if half of these brothers consult with me before they go to acting crazy, they could save millions and millions of dollars. And I might need to open up me a fucking consulting firm called Save a Hole. Captain Save a Hole. When you go and you get these billions and you see them put you up on a pedestal, that's because they put you up on a pedestal. They made you the guy. They placed you on every network. They sold you to all y'all on here. They gave you 5 million followers. They put all this, they dress you up like a fucking hoe on the street. They gave you the Bugattis. They gave you the mansions on 2 different coasts. They put you up on a pedestal because they need you. It's like some pimp shit. When you got your main girl, you dress her up and she look like this and look like that and do this and you march her into the big room. I'm telling you. So when they put you on that motherfucking pedestal and then you start thinking it's about you and you want to take over their shit, them people look back like this. Hold on, who the fuck they think he is? Oh, we'll show you better than we can tell you. Then they'll try to reason with you and they'll talk to your manager because your manager look like them. And they'll be like, hey, man, tell your man to chill out. You know, and then the manager come in and he trying to keep his job. Hey, guy, calm down. And then you go walk around like it's all about you. You got all the cars and the mansions and the jets and all the yachts and all this and all the people running around. You talking about, yeah. And now you want to fight. Now you want to bite the hand that feeds you. Don't your mama ever always tell you that? Your mama say, never bite the hand that feeds you. And so this is how the major corporations work when you try to come after them. Now you put a lawsuit in. Bam! Lawsuit. Fuck that shit. I'm suing their ass. I'm take their company down. Fuck that shit. They taking my brand and my name and likeness and they making millions of dollars. I want out of this contract. And now, mind you, these people on the stock market, they stock go down 5%. That just cost them some billions. So they're looking at this motherfucker to the shareholders. This motherfucker is affecting our stock. They gotta hold on. You just fucked up some billions of dollars. These are major corporations that are on the stock market that you can affect their stock and cost them in one day billions of dollars by having their stock drop because your sneakers, you telling people you don't want them selling your sneakers. Or you don't want them they stealing money from you, ain't paying you off the liquor. Them people like, hold the fuck on. Okay, get the lawsuit. Now when you get the lawsuit, you got to go to the judge, state judge. They definitely own the state judge because they're going to buy up the number one law firm who put the most money into the state judge, into the local judge campaign to make him the local judge. Big bank take little bank. It goes back to CeeLo. The federal judge, they're going to then find out what senator and congressman that called the president to say, I need an appointment for my federal judge, because how do you get an appointment for a federal judge is because I'm a major donor. And hey, man, I got a friend of mine that's a judge, man, on the circuit level. Man, I would love for him to be a federal judge, and I'm going to max out in your campaign. Matter of fact, I'm going to generate a couple $100,000 or $1 million to put in your campaign. You win the seat. You then call up the president. President then say, hey, look here, man, nominate this motherfucker right here. So now you got a fucking judge in here. You got the state judge. So then now you black man who don't own these people company, you want to talk all your cash money shit. And you want to go after these people, what ends up happening? They start the smear campaign because they down with the media. They got to smear you before you go into the courtroom of your peers. They go, okay, we can't settle with this dude. We can't have no voice of reason. He want to act crazy. Now we're going to go after you. Now we're going to call up our same senator. Hey, man, I need you, man, go issue a search warrant, man. I need you to drag this motherfucker. In the hood, that's what we call it. I want you to drag his ass. I want you to have all kind of allegations. So by the time he come in this courtroom, he going to wish he know we're going to take every fucking dime you got. Because we made you. You didn't make us, God damn it. You fuck with my stock. You fuck with my money. You fuck with me. I'm going to fuck with you. I'm going to break your ass down to the lowest term. That's how this shit go, boss. So when you fuck with them people that put that bread in your pocket that made you, they're gonna take you down to the lowest terms. Sound like the movie Scarface. Bingo. That's how they do. So you go, they done smeared your name. By the time you get in the courtroom, you lost already because you're sitting up there with a jury looking at you like you're a fucking pedophile, and you probably ain't never touched a little girl in your life. And you're trying to sue this major corporation, this major respectable corporation, and they're going to say how many people they employ, how many people, and half the people on the jury drink they shit. Half of the people on the jury, children walking around with their paraphernalia on. You getting ready to sue them, and they done made you, through the media, they done made you a crazy man, and they done made you a goddamn pedophile. They done made you everything that you're not. I'm giving y'all some good shit today. Never bite the hand that feeds you. So now when you walk up in that room, and you make the deal, you cut the deal with the devil, and then you got one motherfucker, he want to talk about everybody else who's still in the room. You know, that's why I be sitting there looking at that shit. I'm like, he telling on everybody. You know, because you in the room, you know this motherfucker run this motherfucker, that motherfucker run that motherfucker, you know. Now you really went rogue. So then now when you tell a dude, hey man, I need a feature, no feature with you, boss. No, you fucking, what? Feature? Hold on, sample? No, bro, you can't even sample my shit. I don't want no. That's how this thing go. I'm giving y'all some good shit. They go like, oh no. I know I can't clear the track. I don't want that heat. I don't want that heat. Because the game is, and that's what you guys need to do. When you get, I'm gonna tell you, if some of y'all are on your release broadcast, you got to get involved in the political process. Because one call to one senator that I made a donation to can get your fucking house raided. One call to one senator can get you. I'm not even talking about R. Kelly. So we ain't even getting ready to do that. We're not gonna mix R. Kelly with. Get on here. Asking me about who killed Biggie. I don't know who killed Biggie. Biggie is my good friend. But I'm just putting y'all, don't try to get the conversation off to that. I'm trying to put y'all up on some game. That's why when you see these politicians and you go to the judge, that's why y'all see people get off and y'all be like, man, he did the same crime my homeboy did. Well, your homeboy ain't got no fucking money. And the kid who daddy who did the same crime you did, his daddy got some money. And his daddy gonna hire the number one law firm. And the law firm that he had, his daddy hire is a law firm who's affiliated with the judge. Who's good friends with the judge, who go over to the judge's house, and then when they go into the fucking hearing, the judge then say, I want to disclose something that I do go to attorney Bob Swinger's house for Christmas every year. Him and my wife celebrate. So if you guys want to recuse me, or if you want to file a motion to change a venue or change a judge, and then the prosecutor say, no, because the prosecutor one day wants to be sitting on the side of the defender. And the public defender, the same thing. He ain't trying to be getting no fucking $30,000 a year as a prosecutor and a public defender. So he inspired to do what? Work at the major law firm to then get the big bucks. That's how that shit work. So the shit is all rigged before you get in there. So that's why the guy who got money can get off. And the guy who don't have the money got to be like, and they're going to put the guy who don't have no money in jail because they got to meet their quota of putting people in jail for the same crime. I'm trying to tell you. I know, yes, the truth hurt, 305. I'm giving y'all how that shit really go. That's why they came after my black ass. It was like, hey man, yes, did I spend millions of dollars in defending myself? Yes, did they smear my name? Yes, did I get blackballed? That's why I love doing all these stories right now. That's why people be amazed. Oh man, this dude got Freaknik. He the executive producer. That Freaknik is a part of my life story. So we came in the room and said, we're going to do Freaknik. Amongst the other stories, we got a whole board full of stories that they did not tell about me because why? I wasn't in the room with them. I didn't go in that room with them people. I had the opportunity to go in the room. I had the opportunity to sell my soul to the devil. So they never publicized my accomplishments. They never told y'all I created the parental advisory sticker. They never told y'all my records got banned. They took my shit off the shelf. They were trying to drain me. Did they take a lot of my life savings? Yes, they did. They were trying to drain me. There was, I guess, 2 different ways to take a motherfucker down. We could take you down by tying you up in court. Tying you up in court. We could take you down by draining you, by going to court and taking you and trying to suck you, drain you dry. They could take you down by planting people in your organization to do what? To do bullshit. They got all kind of ways where they're trying to get you. You feel me? But then you got to be able to know where you came from. You got to be strong mentally. You got to be strong mentally. And then they drain you by not giving you your just due. They never gave me my just due. That's why I was sitting there and used to be mad, but then I was like, hold on. You know what? That's a good thing. They never told my history of being the first in the South to start hip hop. They made me out of the booty shaking man. I'm always a member of the Two Live crew. They never described me as the executive that I am to be the first to do all these first things for Southern hip hop. They never did that. That's why they can't even tell the fucking story of Southern hip hop. They even try to crown Master P as being the first in this and all that. And Master P, when they interviewed him, he said, no, Luke. Y'all need to be talking about that nigga inspired me. And when you talk to Jay-Z, you listen to his interviews. What was inspired? Man, hold on, man. That dude Luke is the Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson of our business because he was getting different kind of money. Everybody was happy to get a deal. He taught us how to do what? Own our own masters and shit, our own publishing. And own our own record companies. Before this dude, ain't nobody inspired to do that. So they would never tell me the story because then they would have to put me on the Mount Rushmore of executives, not some fucking rapper. They would have to tell you the story, man. This dude here got sued by George Lucas. George Lucas. How they were trying to drain me. We're going to drain this motherfucker. We can't put him in jail because he filmed everything. We're going to drain his ass. We're going to drag him in the courthouse, make him spend a whole bunch of money. But then, mind you, I was spending money. What's up, Nicole? Dinner, Nicole. Train you. That's the whole play. So people, you have to understand how this shit works. So I wouldn't stand at all. I go to the Supreme Court. I didn't have to go to the Supreme Court. Fight for free speech, parity. I'm fighting the motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck. Because I know me. I was born and raised in Liberty City, Miami. Born at a hospital where black people had to be off the beach at 6 o'clock. Or you go to jail, South Beach. I was supposed to be either in the jailhouse or dead. I grew up in an era where they put shit on your record because they locked up everybody and then gave you a criminal record trying to take your voting rights away from you, but more so take your ability to get a good job at a state or federal level because you have now a gun charge where they just charge 8 people with 1 gun. So as a black man in the times that I grew up, and even right now, you're designed to be nothing. You're designed to go to jail or be dead. The educational system is trash. So you got to have a strong family. You got to have a strong mama and strong daddy, which I had. Unfortunately, I have 5 brothers. I'm the 5th one. 4 of them, 2 physics majors, 2 physics majors made who's who. Another one, an astronaut, and the other one, a big-time executive chef, general manager, and then there's me, the baby. We all use our brains to then do what? To get the bag because our mom and dad, they used their brain, they hustled. And they taught all of us how to hustle. So at the same time, but dad and uncle taught us about the struggle, black history, while everybody else was bullshitting. We was getting that information on black history to know how this shit goes in circles. That's why I thank God for my Uncle Ricky and my daddy. They taught us the history. And my mom, how a woman's supposed to be and carry herself and conduct herself and how she's supposed to take care of the house and her man and her family. So I got all that to make me who the fuck I am today, which I have a clear understanding of how the system work when you become a powerful black man. Because I couldn't look at cartoons and I couldn't look at all the wild shit that the kids would have to look at and everything. I had to read books. I had to read black history books, which is shit that they're trying to take out of the damn schools in the state of Florida. I had to sit there and listen to the Rap Brown tapes and Malcolm X and Martin and all that. I had to understand Willie Lynchpin. So when they do come after me, understand who I am as a black man, and I urge all y'all to do that with your kids. No matter how sweet it look, or how many white friends they got, and how many, no, they need to know the history. Because there's going to be a time where it's going to be, okay, it's going to be a time for black versus white. Because unfortunately, you know, hey, look, I don't have no beef with white people. White people are trying to protect their own, and they're trying to look out for their own, and they're trying to keep control. And that's how we supposed to act, govern ourselves the same way. We supposed to protect our own and support our own, but we don't do that enough. And so now when you get in these situations, this is some tough shit. You need to know the political game. Right now, if I get out here right now and say, which I did, I ran for mayor. If I get out here right now and say, hey man, tomorrow I'm going to run for Congress. I need everybody. Y'all see them little letters and see the advertisement. Send $5, send $10 to the campaign and all that. Well, there are people who are sending, maxing out at $3,500, $1,000 or $500, whatever the max is that they could do. That is how they get the contracts. That is how they control their elected officials. Unfortunately, we don't. That is how, when you get that guy in as a senator or the congressman or the mayor or the commissioner, that is how you get things done, or the school board member. That's how you get shit done. Because if they put more money in your candidate's campaign, then they're going to control your area, and before you know it, your area going to get gentrified. Before you know it, that major corporation is going to have one of their senator boys call up one of these alphabet departments, or call up some big-time person in a big position and say, go raid this motherfucking house. And then they're going to have you, they're going to say, hey, man, go, take this motherfucker down, go drag this dude. Or drag this guy. That's why you gotta know what you're doing when you're dealing with these people. And you can't. When you cut the deal with the devil, just understand you cut the deal with the devil. There's only so much you can do. If you're mad with him, the devil then ease your ass out and go find Jesus. You can't be calling the devil and all that. I'm just saying, you knew what you cut the deal with. You sat in the room with the other motherfuckers who cut the deal with the devil, and they sat up there and did all that wild shit. Now you all of a sudden you want to talk shit, and then you want to holler that you want to sue these people? You think these people ain't finna come get you? Shit. They can use all their resources that you're not doing. When you get billions, you're supposed to now dump plenty money into campaigns. So then when they call their senator, then you call your motherfucking senator. And say, my senator that I had dumped a lot of money in his campaign, or my congressman, or my governor, or whatever the hell it is, I can tell y'all the story right now. Y'all wonder why North Carolina had and I'm going to leave y'all on this shit, right? I'm going to tell y'all some old gangster shit. North Carolina had a entertainment tax similar to what Georgia has. This is some gangster shit here. North Carolina had a tax, why Atlanta and Georgia is Black Hollywood is because they have a tax, a credit. You do business in Georgia, you hire Georgia people, which is great, by the way. You hire people from Georgia who live in Georgia, then we'll give you a tax credit. That's what they call it. So the more amount of people that you have from Georgia that live in Georgia, that's why a lot of people have to move to Georgia, then claim Georgia as their residence to pay taxes there. Then that's the bigger amount of tax credit you get for your production. So your production could be costing $10 million. Well, you might get a tax credit for $8 million. And so now your production just turned to $18 million. And that's why you go and shoot in Georgia. Well, North Carolina had the same tax credit. I'm going to leave y'all with this one. North Carolina had the same tax credit at one period of time. And there were a lot of people. So North Carolina became in competition with Georgia. This is some gangster shit. And I ain't going to call the company name because I don't want them fucking with me. You know, I got my little chips. I ain't trying to be in the motherfucking courtroom because somebody pile some shit on me and I get dragging me, taking my little chips and shit. So one corporation out of Georgia said, fuck this shit. We want all the money in Georgia. So this one corporation, they had a governor's race. This one corporation dumped a bunch of money. Again, big bank take little bank. Dumped a bunch of money in this one candidate for governor race. With the deal was, you become governor, you're going to take the tax credit away from North Carolina and do away with it. Therefore, everybody in North Carolina going to have to then do business in Georgia. They're going to leave. Then they just erase the fucking competition. This big bank take little bank. This gangster shit. Mind you, that man won. That man took the tax credit away from North Carolina. Therefore, North Carolina was never a competition against them anymore. All the business that was going to Carolina, Georgia was getting its fair share, but then Georgia became the only motherfucker in the Southeast to have a tax credit. That's how that shit go. So when you cut that deal with the devil and you're gonna fuck with them people and talking about you want to go and sue these people, you better have your shit in order. You better have your house in order. And everybody keep talking about why they fuck with these dudes. Why these dudes getting taken down? Half of these dudes ain't did shit. But then they're going to drag you and make the public think that you're something different. You lose all your damn sponsors. You lose all your family members. You lose everything. And all of a sudden, you the fucking Antichrist. Overnight, you just became the Antichrist. And you got to start selling shit. And you got to go live a different kind. You better be prepared mentally to live different than how you was living before when you take on that fight. That's why sometimes it's like, hey man, y'all work this shit out. Let's do a settlement. You get to a wall where anybody want to budge. Don't go take to the media. You ain't bigger than them people, man. And so I'm going to leave y'all with this. Hey, look here, man, I'm praying for everybody. I'm praying for all the kids. I care about the kids. I don't fucking adults. They make their decisions. And I'm for the kids, man. I'm for all these kids of all these embattled, these brothers that are taking on these battles that they created. They ain't exempt. You create them fucking battles, that's why you got to pick your battle. But everybody got kids. And the kids are innocent in all this right here. So I care about these kids, man. You know, I don't like kids to be drugged, and I don't like kids to be put in mess. I love the kids. You know, because I look at my son, and that's why a lot of times I don't go to every place. You know, they don't put me in them rooms. I don't go in them rooms. I already know I know if I got to go sell my soul to the devil, I know what that entails. And I don't sell my soul I do my shit real low key on a slow QG, and I don't try to be telling people, you know, shit hip, you know, because if I had told somebody I was the executive producer of Freaknik and I was getting ready to do Freaknik, do you know how many motherfucking haters would have came out? If I say, well, I'm doing Freaknik with Hulu, and I'm the executive producer, and I'm putting all these people down, I'm putting this guy down, putting that guy down, putting all this shit, and me and Nikki and Jay and Eric, we came up with this shit, and now we're going to shop it around. Do you know how many haters I would have had? oh, y'all shouldn't be fucking with Luke. Y'all shouldn't be doing business with Luke. Y'all should be doing this here and all that. So I do my shit on the QT. When you wake up, it's like, oh shit, this nigga got to deal with Hulu. Hulu was owned by Disney. What the hell just happened? I have to do that because in this world, we have some hating people. And it's mostly our own people who go back though. Why you doing a deal with him? Why you ain't doing a deal with me? He this, he that, he all this here. So you gotta know who you are as an individual. I know who I am. I know what's been said about me. And so when I do my projects, y'all see them coming. You ain't gonna know they coming until they coming. And that's how I operate. I'm not gonna get the fame. I'm not gonna get the credit. But then I look at it right now. I say, you know what? I could tell the stories. I could tell the facts with the receipts. I could tell factual stories with receipts and give it to them in the art form of a film, a documentary, a docuseries, a scripted series. And that's what y'all gonna get. So I'm happy these fuckers tried to bury me and ain't give me my flowers. That's why I love, my guy. I see my guy Mike Gardner on here. I love Mike Gardner, headliners. I love what them brothers be doing at Live and all across the country. I love them with family. You know what I'm saying? I love them. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to leave y'all with this. This is how shit work when you work with each other. And everybody have respect, mutual respect for each other. I never got honored by BET when Stephen Hill was there. He pledged that he would never fucking honor me on no occasion. Won't even give me a ticket to the damn thing. And Mike Gardner, them called up Connie Orlando. She took over BET. One of her first orders of business when she took it, this a lady. Her first order of business, she took over BET when Stephen Hill went out to pasture, and she said, I want to honor Luke for his contribution in hip hop. Nobody had never did that. Mike Gardner them put a call in to Connie and said, hey, Connie made it happen. That's how I got honored. Because the good old boy system with Stephen Hill and the rest of them, they was not about to honor me, because then puts me in a whole nother level. That puts me in that whole Russell Simmons and Leor Cohen conversation. But I never strive to be in their conversation because they never owned their own record company. They never pressed or manufactured or marketed a record in their life. Put me in that conversation with Jimmy Iovine and Craig Kallman, people who y'all don't probably even know. Put me in that conversation, because that's the conversation where I belong. Because, again, there was a time where it was me, a young Jimmy, a young Craig, and you'll see it in one of my projects. And when we sit all in the room with Doug Morris, and we were sitting in there looking at each other. I ain't know him. Where you from? California. Where you from? Chicago. I got my own house record label. Yeah, I produce shit. And the man came up in there, he had the secretary and he had a chef in the same office, and you guys need anything? So I'm sitting up there like, what the fuck am I doing in this room? And we sat up there at the big record company, and half the mob left out and we all in the room. And they said, y'all the next generation of us. And there was a couple of them sitting in the room. Y'all gonna run the music industry. And I'm like, really? And two out of the three in that room, and I'm gonna tell y'all that story in one of my, whether it's my biopic or my scripted series or my chronicles or one of my I'm gonna tell y'all that story. Y'all gonna be fucked up when I tell you the story. Y'all gonna be sitting there like, whoa, this shit just got fucking real. And you gonna know the story as to why them two guys are the two most powerful guys you're gonna be like, wow, these dudes are right now arguably the two most powerful guys in the music business. And the third guy, what happened with him? I'm gonna tell y'all that story in one of these projects, and that's gonna fuck y'all all up, because it's about connecting the dots. The dots ain't been connected. They can't connect the dots until I connect the dots, until I tell the stories. And some of these stories are already in the can. Some of these stories are already written up. Some of these stories right now are being negotiated by major corporations. I got bidding wars going on and all that. But I ain't gonna say, hey, I'm just gonna do my shit on the low key, and I'm just laughing. So y'all go look at Freaknik, the documentary. I love the people who we work with. Mass Appeal, Nas Company, Mass Appeal, a brother, JD, brought him on. He was a baby when Freaknik was going on. JD, you know, Lil Jon them created the soundtrack and all of our combination of our stuff. And 21 Savage. Everybody be talking about why y'all got 21 Savage on there. Well, 21 Savage is on there because he's a new generation of Freaknik. And he live it. He bleed it. Who's 21 Savage? Why? He wasn't even born. He from England or whatever the hell it is. No. My guy, my girl Hannah, and 21, every year he has a Freaknik birthday party. That's him paying respect to the history. We always talk about these young rappers not understanding history, their history, and where it was before and where it is today. 21 Savage does a party every year, his birthday party. The most sacred day of the year for any of us, our birthday party. And his birthday party, the theme is Freaknik. And I go there, mosey myself on up there, and I do his birthday party. And that's how that worked. And I think, Mike end up putting me with Hannah and them because, you know, he deals with all of them. No different than the other day. You know, we over there doing the party with Chris Brown. And let me tell you, I was getting ready to get off here. Let me tell y'all, another young fella that's been dragged. Chris Brown, that is a nice guy. I sit there, did a party with this young man, and that's another iconic figure that people have a tendency, a very talented young man. That kid is I call him a kid because I'm an old head. Man, I sit there at the party and I just be watching these guys move and all that. Man, that kid sitting there, do pictures with everybody. That man wasn't out there trying to grab no motherfucking girls and all that. That man just a genuine kid having fun. So when y'all try to drag this man, and they need to give that man his just due, because that fucking guy is arguably one of the top entertainers in the fucking world. And they need to get off of this shit about fucking with him. You know what I'm saying? Okay, maybe he did some things back in the days. Everybody forgive everybody. Hey, the man, did he go to jail? Did he get judged? Okay, fine. We all make mistakes.
We the Knockout Kings of Comedy. This your boy, Reggie Curry, you know what I'm saying? This is my cousin, Stroncho, you know what I'm saying? We coming by.
No, I know me, old you fucking lambskin condoms.
I don't even want my man to eat my because I eat meat from Aldi's. The wrong with you? Aldi's, you should eat this. We don't know what the that meat is. No!
Real. I heard a nigga get in prison. That's not the part about it. The part about it is he had the audacity to ask me why I ain't helping him. I said, it ain't no point in both of us get.
I step up, look him right in his eyes. He go to pat me down. Pop, 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 pop. $20, homeboy. I'm like, no sir.
Personal question. Is this microphone really necessary at this punchline. Get out the turn. Give me a second.